What is up, guys? Welcome on back to Auto Intel Daily, and I told you so. I've been talking about this, man. We've talked about companies testing deleted diesel trucks. We broke some of the news and talked about the stuff of EPA Administrator Lee Zeldin changing the rules and asking companies to retune vehicles or put out new tunes on their diesel trucks that would not cripple farmers, other people, personal people, equipment, if they ran low on DEF. We talked about this before, and now it's being implemented because it looks like Ford is the first major manufacturer that is coming forward and applying these new tunes to these trucks, which would do the following. Let's say you're running diesel exhaust fluid in your Power Stroke or whatever, and you run out, or something happens with the system, and it says you have like 100 miles to get where you're going to get, or you're screwed, and then the system goes down to like 1% or whatever, right? So what they've done now is, if you run out of DEF, you can literally put a splash in enough to turn the light off, drive it, the light can come back on, and you can drive for 3,000 or 4,000 miles without having to worry about your vehicle getting shut down or limited by the computer. This is huge news. This is the first step. I've said this before. I told you guys this was happening. And then outside of what Ford is doing with issuing these new tunes, and if you want to learn on how you can get that tune, you can contact your dealer, because evidently some dealers are already contacting some consumer-backed clients, people that have like fleets and things of that nature, have been contacted. And that's how I was contacted. I was contacted by 3 separate dealers that told me that this I came down from Ford on Friday, and that they were going to be hitting the ground running on Monday and getting this going with Power Strokes. So I think it's huge news. And like I said, it's the very first step, man. You know, we already see some of the stuff in terms of deregulation and what they want to do with low sulfur diesel, right? Getting rid of that. So you get back to having diesel that has good lubricity and, doesn't destroy diesel systems, 1. And 2, by doing this, it's a first step of dismantling the DEF disaster that we've all had to deal with since around, 2011, 2012, on all these trucks. So, like I said, we're not even a year into this administration yet, and we're getting win after win after win after win. So, like I said, you just have to be patient. It's going to happen. Now that we see this coming down the line from Ford, I don't see it taking any crazy amount of time before we see something very similar from, say, General Motors. I wish Stellantis would be right on top of it, but from everything that I've heard, and I've been beating the bushes on my sources there, they don't have any plans to do anything with their Cummins diesel engines in terms of adhering or taking the guidance from the EPA Administrator Lee Zeldin. So I don't know. Look, I don't know what happens there. If he, if they listen, awesome. If they don't, at least Ford did it. If General Motors does it, that's great. Maybe Stellantis will somehow come on board, as we get down the line. We'll have to see how it goes. But there's your breaking news for the weekend. Hopefully it makes your Sunday that, if you have a Ford diesel truck, you can get that new EPA guidance tune, which doesn't murder your vehicle if your DEF system is screwing up, or you get low, or whatever. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Give the video a big thumbs up if you like what I do. I appreciate all of you guys that are here. Some of you guys don't even know about the second channel, TK's Garage. That is the main automotive channel. We're over 200,000 subscribers there, but you guys came here in mass this month, and we're over 8,000 subscribers here this month. You guys have been pushing it super hard, and I want to say thank you guys very much. But Like I said, make sure to give the video a big thumbs up if you like what I do. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And as always, stay petty, my friends.